Yo, hello ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to whoever's watching this right now. Let's get into this weekly markup. Well, actually, before I get into the weekly markup, we're already in October, right? And I have still not taken a trade for October. I missed out on the NZDCAD shorts. We'll go over it right now, but for last month, September was pretty wild of a month. Look how many trades I took. And look before, right? Look on August. I only took, 5 trades? And I was up 200 pips. September, I took so many trades. And I was up 325 because I brought it back on the US30 trade, which I caught 4,000 points. When you turn it into pips, it's 400 pips. Right, so I still have not taken a trade for October, but let's see what this week has got for us. So first we're gonna go over NZDCAD, which is, you could pause it and read it. Let me log in fully. Right here we go. So NZDCAD weekly outlook: monthly bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, H4 H1 bearish. Let's hop into the chart. NZDCAD on the monthly, you can see a price failed to break above 086 200 after testing 077, which is a strong previous area of supply and demand. Price respected it, and then this was kind of like a higher low, and then we pushed all the way to 086 200, tested that previous area of supply and respected it, and now we're hopping right back down to, I believe, to 077. So now we hop into the weekly. You can see on the weekly, we respect this other minor area of weekly supply and demand zone, which happens to be 083, right under 083. Previous area of demand, supply, respected it again, and then we respected this other area of supply. Hop into the daily bearish, weekly bearish, monthly bearish. You can see we had this previous area of support. We broke through it. We ran back above it. This is where I was looking for buys last week, and then, I mean, it did run a little bit. I thought it was probably going to come all the way up here, from here to here, and it didn't. It failed to continue breaking highs, broke below the support zone, and now we're below it. Actually, now on the daily and on the 4-hour, so we could stay below this. You can see on the 4-hour, it's already a double bottom, but that double bottom already got broken. So if price can stay below these lows, I definitely see price continuing to the downside. Maybe something like this. First target would be this low over here, which happens to be around 170 pips around. And then the main target would be 077 for around 300 pips. So it's still a pretty big drop. Now we just have to wait for an entry on this, because I mean, as long as we don't break back above here, as long as we don't break back above this area of support, I don't see why we would be buying. If something like this happens, then we'd probably be looking for a buy, but right now, definitely sells, with the first target being this low. Now let's get into the next one, which is USDJPY. Monthly bearish turning bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish turning bearish, H4 H1 bearish. UJ. There we go. So from the monthly, I really thought the price was getting weaker. As you can see, price was testing 140. After testing 160, I finally to break 160, but now we respected 140. This previous area of support. We created a previous monthly bullish engulfing candle, and we created a higher low above 146,500, which if we hop into the weekly, you can see is a previous area of supply and demand zone. And on the weekly, we also created a bullish engulfing candle above this 146,500, and we created a higher low. And we also just ran through this area, which was previously a strong area of supply right here at 151. We just ran through it right now. So I mean, if this candle can close something like this, If on Sunday we could still continue to the upside and the candle could close bullish above it, I definitely see buys to continue, right? But we do need to see that weekly candle close above here, because right now it could literally close below, and with a huge rejection, you can see on the daily we're turning bearish, and then on the 4 hour we're already bearish. Strong bearish engulfing candle. We failed to break highs, and to me, we still have this huge spread of 180 pips that we did not clear last week. So we could either do this, create a higher low and continue to the upside, or we could break below and continue to 146,500, and we could still be higher, bullish, higher time frames, but it's gonna be on the lower time frame bearish. Maybe we could even melt all the way to 140, depending on what we do at 146,500, right? That was UJ. Let's go into USDCAD. Monthly bearish turning bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, H4H1 bullish turning bearish. Everything's kind of shifting. USDCAD. On the monthly, obviously you can see price failed to break above 146,500. Respected a strong area of supply. And then on the monthly, we also broke below this minus area of supply. You can see bearish engulfing candle, lower high. And then I thought it was going to be a lower high for us to continue melting. But guess what did it do? Broke above it and bullish engulfed. Semi-bullish engulfing candle. On the weekly, I did bullish engulf. You can see. On the weekly, I did bullish engulf. And now, what happened to the date? On the weekly, this looks like this is going to happen. Buys all the way to 146,500. But now what happened to the daily? You can see on the daily, we're already respecting this previous area of supply and demand zone. So, as long as price can break above this, I still definitely see the buys back to the upside, or I definitely see price respecting this previous area of supply and demand zone, which happens to be 1.4200, and sell back to 139 possibly. Now it's happened to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour we're already bearish. No, actually I put bullish turning bearish because price created a bearish engulfing candle below 140-200, and it looks like a lower high as well. You can see on the 1 hour not lower high, and after doing the lower high we have another bearish engulfing candle. So definitely this looks like it's gonna happen, something like this. Maybe it sells all the way to 139. Actually, this could actually be a trade as soon as the market opens. Risking 40 pips to make around 90 pips. Could be a good risk to reward ratio trade, but what happens is that when Sunday opens, it's not gonna be New York session. That's the thing. This is a New York session pair. Well, this is still what I'm looking for, right? Unless we can flip back above here, I'll be looking for buys. But if not, we'll be looking at a trade at 139. Now let's go into GJ. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, H4H1 bullish turning bearish. GJ, very similar to UJ. Overall bullish. You can see we're above this strong ass supply, bullish engulfing candle, and we had another bullish engulfing candle over here and a higher low. You can see on the weekly as well, bullish engulfing candle and a higher low above 195, and we also ran through above 199, which was this previous area of supply and demand zone, which was holding all last month. We just ran through it. Huge push to the upside last week, and then we also, like on UJ, we left the huge gap zone or spread zone, whatever you want to call it, and obviously price coming all the way to the downside as well. H4H1 bullish turning bearish. Actually on the this is already, wait, I believe that daily is the one that is turning bullish turning bearish. So this is actually the first time daily bullish turning bearish, and then the H1 is already bearish. So there you go. So this is, you guys saw live editing or live fix up, because I was like, wait, the daily is bullish, it's a turning bearish, and then you happen to the 4 hour, it's already bearish. Look at this. Bearish engulfing candle failed to break highs, lower highs, and then we already ran through a low, which happens to be this one right here. So if price was going to continue bullish, it would have continued bullish here. But what did it do? It ran through it. So if price was going to continue bullish, it would have created something like a, and you can see it tried, but it wasn't strong enough and price ran through it. Price was going to continue bullish here, and this would have been a nice trade here as well. Well, that did not happen, and I actually do believe this is going to happen. We're coming back down to test 199, and holy shoot, that's 300 pips. So I might even get into some shorts. This is looking good. And then last but not least, GU. Monthly bullish turning bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, H4, H1 bearish turning bullish. GBPUSD. Hop off, you always want to start from the monthly into the weekly, then the daily, then the 4 hour, then the 1 hour. And then your entries are on the 15 minute / 5 minute, depending on what are you trading and what's looking good. Right, so from the monthly, we were bullish and now we're turning bearish. You can see the bearish engulfing candle below this previous area of supply and demand zone, which happens to be 134. We're up below 134 as well. Then we hop into the weekly. You can see the weekly failed to break above 138. We didn't even test 138. We went all the way to 137, 137.5, like 137.2. But to round it up to the number 137. Then on the weekly, maybe if the candle could close something like this, bearish engulfing below, we could definitely see the sells. First target would be these lows here, something like this, and then here we'll either have the reaction back to the upside to create a retest, or we'll break below and continue to the downside. But then that would definitely be the first target. You can see on the daily we already have a bearish engulfing candle. We already broke structure. Now what I'm looking for is a retest into 134. You can see it better on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is turning bearish, turning bullish. Why? Because of this bullish engulfing candle. And then we hop into the 1 hour, we're already having higher lows. So maybe price could create a higher low here. So this is gonna be more on the sell to the buy, something like this. And then at 134, we're either gonna have the sells back to the downside, or we're gonna break above and continue to the upside. Merely just waiting for GBPUSD and waiting for 134. So actually an alert on 134 would be a good idea. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much waiting. USDCAD is the only one that's really looking good. That's looking like we might could enter on something, some shorts. Very possible as soon as the market opens. It's still early right now on a Sunday. The market still has not yet opened. And I mean, we do have nice buyers to come and stop out here that have not been taken out of the market. So actually it would make sense to sell. We'll see how price opens up on Sunday. Back to work. Peace and love.